Hello here and welcome back to Jesmond, and on a windy evening here, a windy early evening, and at the moment it's Northumberland batting and they're 169 for 6, and it's Tyndall and McCabe who are at the crease at the moment, and it's Boyne bowling, and that one's bounced up and hit Tyndall somewhere about the chest. He's just having a look at the ground there now. McCabe is at the non-striker's end. He's 1 not out. We've got Tyndall up there, 18 not out. As Boyne's in again now, bowls, and Tyndall's well back in his crease that time and just defends the ball down. And 71 ahead now. So Cumbria will bat again if there's any chance of a result in this match. 71 ahead now, Northumberland. Adding to their first score of 258, they've wiped out the deficit, and it's to go ahead of Cumbria's 356. Now we've got 32 of us left in the day here, but it's Boyne bowling to Tyndall again, and he turns this one round to the leg side, and it's Zalem who picks it up there at mid-wicket, and there's no run, so that's the end of another over. 169 for 6 Northumberland, 71 ahead they are now, 71, and that's thanks in no small part to 61 from Simpson and 50 for him to go with his 100 in the first innings. He was the last man to fall at 166, and it's going to be Jack Dutoit now to take up the attack, and it's going to be Colin McCabe who hits this one away square behind point, away to the right hand side there, and it's picked up now, and McCabe comes through for another 2. That takes the score now to 171, and they go 73 ahead now, Northumberland. But Dutoit again now, and McCabe's forward this time and plays it up there to extra cover, and this ball's quickly back with Dutoit again. 31 overs left now. McCabe just spots a fly on the pitch somewhere, goes forward, picks it up, throws it away, back in his crease now, one slip in place, and that's a good length from Dutoit this time, and McCabe just hits it back, almost a copybook shot there, defensive, back up to the bowler. Here's Dutoit again now in his sunglasses over the wicket, and that's turned to the leg side, and it's picked up at more or less a deep leg slip there, just on the 45 between the square leg umpire on the stumps and the stumps, as here's Dutoit around the wicket now to McCabe, who just defends out to mid-wicket this time, and there's no run. 171 for 6. McCabe 3 not out on strike. 75 for 4 and 90 for 5 Northumberland were at one stage, and he gets some bounce there, and again it's McCabe who's back in his crease and just turns that one from just above his left hip into the leg side, and it's picked up, and there's no run. So that's the end of another over there, and there's 30 remaining in the day now, and I think that includes the extra hour overs as well, minimum of 17. So 171 for 6. Northumberland looking to bat out this match here. They've come this far. Thompson was another contributor. He got 32 before he was caught in the slips. I think it was Zalem who took him. A good catch. But it's going to be Boyne who's going to take up the attack from this end with a forward short leg, a slip in place, and that comes off an edge and it rolls along the ground up towards third man. It's Zalem in pursuit now, he gets there, and it's Tyndall who comes through for a run, and he goes to 19 now, and the score goes to 172 for 6. And Northumberland now 74 in the lead. So Zalem's come out of that backward point area there, and we've just got 2 on the offside now, and it's McCabe on strike. He's in at close mid-wicket. There's a forward short leg and a close mid-wicket. McCabe, it's going, running up. He's hit a 4 up to third man. He chopped down on that, and it took a fine edge, and it's gone up to the top end there, to the third man boundary. So 4 more to the total. And it's gone to 176 now. McCabe's gone to 7. And he'll be on strike again. One slip, a forward short leg, a short fine leg. A close mid-wicket. His Boyne's over the wicket. Now he's hit him on the pad. He's out. LBW. McCabe is gone. And he just floated one up there. And McCabe played across the line. Missed it. Struck his pad. And the finger went up quicker than usual there. The umpire having a little doubt as to whether that was out or not. And McCabe has got to go. So Northumberland now 176 for 7. 78 ahead. And it's an interesting little battle this. With McCabe gone now, Simpson was the man, and there was delight when he was out amongst the Cumbria contingent here at Jesmond this afternoon. And it's Peyton who's going in for Northumberland now, the wicket-keeper, right-handed. Now he had a good first innings. He put on 84 with Simpson, and I'm just having a look. He got 36 in the first innings, so let's see what he can do here. He's going out to join Tyndall at 176 for 7, 78 ahead here, Northumberland. And good afternoon if you've just joined us here on our third scheduled broadcast this afternoon here on Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. Matthew Erskine speaking to you for those two, and we're watching the third and final day of the last session. The players have had their tea and they're back out now, and it's going to be Boyne to bowl again, right arm spinner. We're going to have one slip, a forward short leg, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a close mid-wicket, an orthodox mid-wicket, a deep square leg and a short fine leg. And in goes Boyne again now, and there's Peyton who just pushes it to past the right hand of forward short leg there and gets away with that one. He got it down into the ground quickly, which is always good. Now here's Boyne again. Peyton on strike. Bowls, and that's turned again through square leg past the right hand of forward short leg there, and it's picked up now, and Peyton gets off the mark with a single. And the score goes to 177 for 7. 79 in front now. And now we've lost the short leg and the close mid-wicket. Zellum's gone across to backward point. And there's a square leg as well, and a deep square leg, as in comes Boyne again, and it's Tyndall that time who just pushes that one down into the ground, all defensive, and there's no run. So at the end of that over, 29 left now, 177 for 7 Northumberland, and it's Tyndall 19 and Peyton is 1 not out. And after, we're going to say it's going to be Dutoit again who's going to take up the attack. And here he's about to bowl over the wicket now to Peyton, the right-hander, who's just taking his guard off the umpire there. Nobody deep in the leg side. We've got a deep cover in place. Third man's up. There's a slip. There's a short fine leg as Dutoit's into Peyton, and he just plays down in front of that man there. On the just in front of forward short leg there. So we've got one slip and a forward short leg. Here's Dutoit again now, and there's Peyton jumping in the crease to play that one back down to the bowler. He picks it up, Dutoit. Turns now at the end of his run. Here he comes again, bowling to Peyton. Peyton back in his crease and just puts it down, and there's an there, because that went close to the left hand of forward short leg, just to his left. Now here's Dutoit again. He's going to come around the wicket. Now he's moving that short fine leg into square leg, backward square leg, just offside of the umpire here. Dutoit comes in around the wicket, and Peyton's forward in defence and pushes it out up there to extra cover, and there's no run. Quickly back it goes to Dutoit now, 177 for 7 Northumberland. Dutoit in, Peyton back, punch shot out to the through extra cover again, but it goes straight on the bounce to the fielder there, and there's no run. on a sunny, blustery evening here in Jesmond. Just one or two higher clouds pushing across over us here, but out to the south there's plenty stacked up. But one slip and forward short legs out now, and it's Peyton who drives it back to the bowler, and he resists the single there, leaves Tyndall on strike, and at the end of the tours over, a maiden over, Tyndall 19, Peyton 1, 177 for 7 Northumberland, and 79 ahead in their second innings here, with 28 overs left in the day now. It's going to be Boyne to take up the attack again, so we're going to get through the overs quickly here, but looking down the Northumberland second innings, got the scorecard here, we'll go through it as we go along, but it's going to be Boyne up there, bowling to Tyndall now. Here he is. Boyne over the wicket, forward short leg in place, and Tyndall's equal to that, playing back in his crease, playing back up to the bowler. No run. Boyne quickly back now. Points come out. He's going to go into that close mid-wicket position again. So we got one slip, a forward short leg, a close mid-wicket, a short fine leg, a deep square leg, a mid-wicket, a mid-off, a mid-on, and an extra cover. And that's hit the pad, and it shoots past the hand of close fielders there. And it's Tyndall, he just thrust the pad forward at that one, and it may have got a little inside edge, and there was half a shout. But here's Boyne again, and Tyndall plays for one, past through gully there. Dutour's after it. He gets there now, and he just had a look there. He was trying to just time the throw there, try and give the batsman a little look to see if they wanted two, but they didn't, and that takes the score to 178 for 7. Tyndall's moved to 20. Peyton on strike. We're going to have a leg slip now, are we? Yes. We're going to have one orthodox slip. First slip there. We've got a leg slip, a forward short leg. Deep squares coming off the boundary here. We've got Boyne about to bowl over the wicket. Peyton on strike. Peyton back and drives through the covers, but he doesn't get anywhere because he's hit it just to the left of extra cover, who gets there quickly enough, and there's no run. 178 for 7. Boyne in again now to Peyton, who's back and cuts it through behind point on the offside. He's going through for 2, and the ball's picked up now and thrown in, and it's Howarth behind the stumps there takes that one. So 2 more to the total. 180 for 7. 82 ahead Northumberland. Peyton from Boyne, and he just defends that one down into the leg side. Smothered it down well away from the close fielder there, and that's the end of Boyne's over. So there we are. Boyne finishes that one. Northumberland 180 for 7. 82 ahead here on the third and final day of this Unicorn Minor County Championship match at Jesmond. The penultimate match for these two clubs in that competition, and it's 180 for 7. Tyndall 20 not out, Peyton 3 not out. He's at the non-striker's end now. So Tyndall on strike, Dutour to bowl the new over. We've got a slip, a forward short leg, mid-wicket in place, a deep mid-wicket, a mid-off, a mid-on, an extra cover, a deep cover, and a short third man. Dutour bowls to Tyndall, and Tyndall just looks at that one and plays it safely enough back up there to mid-off, and there's no run. And on a golden evening here, the sun's shining brightly now as Tyndall drives square, and they run for 1 up to the deep cover boundary where it's fielded, and it's thrown in now. So 1 to the total there. That takes it to 181 for 7. 83 ahead now Northumberland. 83. So Peyton on the strike, still 1 slip and a forward short leg. Dutour bowls right under the stumps, and Peyton with his long sleeves, his sleeves done down to his cuffs, defends that one back, and there's no run. So here's Dutour again. He's going to come around the wicket now. He's done this in his first overs. Yeah, he's got it. Oh no, he hasn't. It's gone past forward short leg, and it bounced on him there. It bounced on Peyton, and he just prodded at it and it looked for all the world like it was going to be a catch there, but it just floated over and out of reach of forward short leg. So Northumberland ride the luck, and Peyton does on that occasion. So 182 it is, and he goes and plays. It's Tyndall this time who plays out on the offside, and here's Dutoit again now, bowls around the wicket, and there's Tyndall who plays square on the offside this time for a single, and one added to the total, and that's the end of Dutoit's over. So Northumberland 183 now for 7, Tyndall 22, Peyton 4, and the lead has gone up to, let's just check what this has gone up to here for the lead. You've probably got it at home already, but we'll just make sure of it here. I don't want to say the wrong number, but here we go. The lead is at 85 now for Northumberland. And remember, if you remember, Cumberland have still got the bat here. This is just the third innings of the match, but it's Boyne to bowl again now. And it's Tyndall, and this one's down the leg side, and he just leaves it alone for Howarth to take behind there. So we've still got one slip, the weather fine, blustery, one slip, a forward short leg, and a close mid-wicket as well. And there's a nice shot from Tyndall. He's played back and into the offside, and he's going to get 2 runs here behind point, and it's thrown in now. So 2 more to the total there. That takes it up to 185 for 7. Tyndall moves to 24, and it's Peyton who's on 4. Tyndall on strike now. Again, Boyne bowls, and Tyndall's back in his crease this time and just plays safely enough out to the leg side. And the ball is quickly back with Boyne again. Here he goes. Boyne moves in now and bowls. It's Tyndall forward this time. A good step in there, and he half drives it out to extra cover there. And the ball's quickly back with Boyne again. In he goes now and bowls. Drops one short, and it's pulled away, and it's over 2 men there in the close field. It's up to the deep mid-wicket boundary, and Tyndall's running 2 here. The ball comes in quickly, and he gets 2 more there. He goes to 26. The score goes to 187 for 7, and the lead now 89. Boyne it is again to bowl over the wicket. Bowls now, and that's down the leg side again, and he's just trying to tempt Tyndall into just giving that a little tip shot into the hands of forward short leg, but he doesn't succeed on that occasion, and it's the end of the over, and it's 187 for 7 with a lead of 89 for Northumberland now. And the scorecard here: Thompson caught Zalem, bowled Siddle 32, Hewison caught Dutoit, bowled Watkinson 15, Marcus Brown is was LBW Siddle for 1, and we're going to have a change of bowling, are we? And is it going to be Hodgson who's going to come on at that top end? Yes, I think it is. I think it's Hodgson who's coming on. We'll soon get checked up on that. Now he bowled a little bit last night, and he's just setting his field here. We're going to have a leg slip, and a first slip, a leg slip, and a forward short leg close in round the bat here. Now here he comes now and bowls, and there's Peyton forward in defence, and the ball just runs out there and is collected on the offside and thrown back to him. So he's back at the end of his mark now. He's going to come in again. Peyton just taking a fresh guard there. Then it was the scorecard: Tom Cant, LBW Siddle for 0, as Hodgson comes in again now and bowls to Peyton, who plays back out to extra cover there, and there's no run. And it was Usman Arshad bowled Siddle for 24. Here's Hodgson again now, comes in, bowling to Peyton. Back he plays to extra cover again, and is there a run? Oh no, he's looking. Oh, he's no. There's yes, no. It was a wayward throw there from extra cover, and Tyndall was ready for it, but Peyton was too busy getting back in his crease there, so no runs to the total. It's going to be Hodgson again. Here he comes now. And he's forward, and it comes off square on the leg side, and it just zips past the right-handed forward short leg there, and it was close, and that very nearly was a catch, just too low, and it was always heading towards the ground. But back to the scorecard here. Alexander Simpson caught Howarth bowled Boyne for 61, and another excellent innings in this match. And a change in the field now. Back with points come out, that's Watkinson, he's come across to square leg. So we've got a leg slip, a slip, and a forward short leg. As it's Tyndall this time, forward and plays out to extra cover, and there's no run. Tyndall not out 26. Callum McCabe, LBW Boyne 7. And it's Tyndall who turns this one round the corner again to Watkinson there at square leg, and that's the end of the over. There's 24 now left in the day here, and it is 188 for 7 here, Northumberland. And to finish the scorecard off there, Peyton not out at the moment 5, and McGee hasn't batted, and neither's Hanley. They're still to come here. But it's going to be Boyne to bowl again, and he's going to be bowling to Peyton here. And Northumberland now 90 in front in the second innings. Here's Boyne again, up he goes, 2 slips and a forward short leg, and that one's into the ground again, and that wasn't far away, just bounced about a yard in front of forward short leg there as Boyne's in again now over the wicket. Peyton's back and plays out to extra cover again, and there's no run this time, it's fielded. And the bowling, now 17 extras in the innings. The bowling at the moment, as Boyne bowls again now, and Peyton just back in his crease in defence there. Siddle 1 for 53 off 14. Watkinson 2 for 32 off 13. As Boyne's in again now, bowling to Peyton, who's forward and manages to smother that one down into the leg side with a gaggle of close fielders all ready to pounce there. Stables. And it's Boyne again, in he comes and bowls. And I beg your pardon there, we're on the first inning. That was the first innings there of Northumberland, and we're going just on to the second innings in just a minute, as they're batting here, and it's Peyton who plays away square on the offside this time, and he comes through for a single, and that takes the score to 189, and that's the end of the over as well. So as we come to that one, 91 ahead now, Northumberland here. We've got 23 overs left in the day now, 23 overs left, and they're doing well, these two here, just 3 wickets left still standing. But to finish off to do the second innings scorecard here for Northumberland, we've got Thompson was caught Zalem and bowled Siddle for 32, as in comes Hodgson again, and he just it's Peyton there who plays that one back to him. Another gaggle of fielders all gathered round as he comes in again now, and another defensive shot out onto the offside, and they're getting through the overs quickly here, Cumbria. So I think we'll just leave that for a moment as Hodgson comes in again, and that's chipped away through the leg side between mid-on and mid-wicket, and it's going to run for 4. He's hit a 4, Peyton. So there we go. The score goes to 193 for 7. And now the lead moves to 95 for Northumberland. And in this innings, Siddle for Cumbria, he bowled almost non-stop. I think he bowled non-stop for his 23 overs. 4 for 61 for Siddle in the second innings, the Northumberland second innings here, and 2 for 28 for Boyne. But it's going to be Hodgson again who comes up now and bowls, and He just Peyton it is there, who just puts that one down into the offside, and it's quickly picked up, and there's no run. 193 for 7. There's the next one now, and Peyton's forward and pushes it back to the bowler, and there's no run. One slip in place, still fine weather here. A leg slip and a forward short leg as Hodgson loops one up, this time full. And Peyton is equal to the task there and just pushes it out, and there's no run off the last ball there. So 193 Northumberland here in the second innings. It's 26 to Tyndall and 10 to Peyton. And is it going to be Boyne again from this end? I think it is, you know. He's just handed his cap to the umpire there. So what are we going to have this time? We're still going to have a short leg, and it's Cumbria battling to take these last 3 wickets here. We've got a forward short leg, a leg slip. It's Tyndall on strike. We've got an ordinary slip where the leg slips come out, and he's going across into gully, is he? Or backward point. He's on his way to backward point at the moment. On the leg side, we've got a mid-off, a mid-wicket, a forward square leg who's slightly behind the umpire there. Final legs up. We've got a mid-off, and we've got an extra cover. And we've got a little delay in play here. Just having a look at what's going on out to the right-hand side here. I think there was somebody just moving about there, but it's Tyndall on strike. So we've got one slip, a forward short leg at the moment, and we're still getting trouble from whoever's walking about out there at the moment, down at our end. So it'll be Boyne who's about to go in again. And here he goes now. Is he about to bowl now? Not yet. The umpire still having a look at what's going on down behind the bowler's arm. So 22 overs left in the day here. 193 for 7. Here we go now. Round the wicket comes Boyne, and it's Tyndall who just plays that one carefully down into the leg side, and there's no run. One or two people taking advantage of the early evening sun here to come and watch the cricket, and Boyne bowls, and Tyndall there just waves his bat out in front of his pad, and it strikes his pad, but there was an ooh and a ah, and nothing else from that one. But here's Tyndall, Boyne again now bowling to Tyndall, who lets this one go down the leg side, and I don't think they're going to run for that because he didn't play a shot at it. No. The umpire just signals dead ball there. There's no shot played at that one. It came off his thigh pad. And the ball's back with Boyne now. He's about to go in to bowl to Tyndall again now. A wide stance. He drives this one, and he's going to get 4 up to the third man boundary. Takes a thick edge and whistles away up, and it buries itself in one of the white sheets up there, the white ground sheets. So 4 more to the total. Takes the lead now to 99. 197 now for 7. Here's Boyne again, about to bowl to Tyndall again. Here he goes now, around the wicket, outside the off stump, and Tyndall just leaves that one alone. He looks round, and the ball's quickly back up with Boyne now. Forward short leg and a slip, and that he lets that one hit his pad, pitching outside the leg stump there, and that's the end of the over. So at the end of that one, there's 21 left in the day now. 197 for 7 Northumberland, and they're 99 in front. So in the end, they've battled well, the home side here, and no doubt Cumbria will keep going as well to try and get these three wickets. With 21 overs left in the day. What time are we coming up to? Just coming up to 5:15 here, and who are we going to see now? We're going to have, is it Semple who's coming back on? I think so. And here he comes now. And it's a drive. There's a bump ball, was it? And no, he's caught. It's Peyton who's driven it straight into the hands of extra cover there, and from this angle it certainly looked to me like a bump ball, but the fielders and the umpires disagree there with me, and what do I know? And he's caught. Peyton is out, and there's another wicket down for Northumberland, and it's 197 for 8, and it's Peyton who's gone. He just stepped out to a full one there and drove it, and it was taken in at extra cover. So just 2 wickets now left in the innings here for Northumberland, but this match, the 99 ahead, so 21 left in the day. There'll be just a little bit less as that now, so 120. You can take 3 overs off it for the change of innings if we do get one, but it'll be McGee who comes out to bat for Northumberland. So we're down to 21 overs left here, so take 3 off for a change of innings. That's down to 18, but that's a minimum. 5:30 the official finish time, and then we're in to the last hour. And here we go now. It's McGee about to take guard, a left-hander, and he is going to be surrounded here, I think, with slips and forward short legs and leg slips and goodness knows what else. We're going to have a short square leg as well, are we? No, Watkinson was just getting a bit over optimistic there about getting close in, but we've got a forward square leg and we've got a backward square leg as well, just round on the 45 there. And we've got the next first ball to McGee here, and he just pushes it back to the leg side, and there's no run. And here is McGee again now. Sets himself up. Here's the next one on its way. Next ball on the way now. Short and defended by McGee back down the pitch. And quickly back. So we've just got the 2 fielders on the offside now. As in comes the next one. And it's McGee who's forward defending out there, and there's no run. That's where first slips out into silly mid-off now. McGee's forward and just defends, smothers it into the ground there, so he's got a leg slip, a forward short leg, and more or less a silly mid-off in there as well now. So here he comes now. He smacks that one away. He's going to get 4, 1 bounce for 4 over the mid-wicket boundary, just dropped short there. And that's the 200 up for Northumberland, and the lead now goes to 103, and McGee gets off the mark with a 4 there. So Northumberland at the end of the over, 201 for 8. Tyndall's still there on 30, and it's McGee with him who's 4 not out. And yeah, we're about to start again now. It's going to be Boyne. None for 21 so far. 103 the lead for Northumberland here. He's going to spread the field for Tyndall. Going to tempt him to hit over the top here. 1 slip, a forward short leg, close in as Boyne's around the wicket now, and Tyndall's back and just defends it down. And he doesn't get much further than out, about 5 yards out onto the offside there. So it's du trois, it's slip, And here's Boyne again, around the wicket and defended into the leg side this time, and there's no run. And here we go now, it's back with Boyne, 201 for 8. And here's the next one now, and it's full and it's driven up to long off, and they come through for a single, and it takes the score to 202. And that's one more to the total there. And now we go to 104, the lead for Northumberland. With 20 overs left in the day, we're coming up towards the last hour here. If you take 3 off for now, we'll be in the last hour, or 17 overs if you take the time and overs lost for the change of innings. And there's an edge, and it just falls short of Zalem there at second slip, and it's thrown back up by Dutoit, back to Boyne. And here's Boyne again, around the wicket to McGee it is, who lets that one go. And it seems to me now the players just playing the overs out here, or they'll be striving, they might not they'll want these 2 wickets, but there's the next one in. It goes from Boyne, and McGee just defends out square on the offside, and there's no run. So at the end of that one, 202 for 8, 104 the lead at this stage in the match for Northumberland, but mainly because of the weather. We've lost several hours of play. We made some up this morning, starting at 10:30, but that big, nearly 2 hours of rain delay just after the tea break yesterday really put paid to the time in the match. But we're going to have Tyndall on strike again. We're going to have 1 slip and a forward short leg and a short fine leg, and we're going to see what's going to happen here now. Is Tyndall facing this one, and he leaves it outside the off stump, and there's no run. And here is Tyndall again, playing this one out to the offside this time. A defensive shot, just jams the bat down on a full ball there. 202 for 8, Tyndall 31. He's played his part this afternoon. Now here's Tyndall again, forward this time, and manages to smother that one down. It was short of length there, just bounced a little bit more, and fielders ready to pounce round the bat here. Forward short leg, 1 slip in place. And here's Tyndall again, faces up, and he's back and plays up to deep cover for a single. And that takes the score up to 203 for 8. 105 in the lead now, Northumberland, with 19 overs left in the day. We've got McGee on strike now. We've got a first slip, a leg slip, and a short square leg. And we're going to have a silly mid-off as well. It's going to be Zellum who's going to stand in there close. So we've got 4 round the bat here. And it's down the leg side that time. And it's not taken cleanly there by Howarth behind the stumps, but no runs conceded off it. Here we go for the next one now, and it comes, and there's McGee forward and played that one very correctly down into the ground, and that's the end of the over. Another one down, 18 left in the day now, and we're at 203 for 8, a lead of 105 for Northumberland, and we've had 69 overs in this Northumberland second innings so far, and it's going to be Boyne who's going to bowl again. And Watkinson there, just confused of which way he's going to go. There he goes now, he's in and bowls, and that one's plays back, does Tyndall this time, up past through point, and they're going for 2, they're having the sprint here. Zellum throws in, and they get back, so the score goes to 205, and the lead extends now to 107. Here we go again now. And he comes and bowls. In he goes and bowls Boyne, and it's Tyndall who just plays that one down. Here we go again now. In he goes, and it's Tyndall again who just defends down onto the offside, and there's no run. And here's Boyne again. In he goes now, bowling to Tyndall, who's forward to a full ball this time. And there's no run again. It's fielded in it. Extra cover there. It's 205 for 8, 107 the lead for Northumberland here. Tyndall 34 not out. And there he is again, just getting into line with that one and playing it out again to extra cover. Simpson with 61 and Thompson with 32 in this second innings has taken things along here beforehand for Northumberland. But there's Tyndall, half a drive out to the offside this time, and it goes straight to the fielder there at extra cover, and there's no run, and that's the end of the over. So just 17 remaining now as we head into up towards the official finish time of 5:30. Will we go into the extra hour? I think we will. The last hour of play it is, and it's going to be Dutoit who's going to bowl again now, and it's going to be McGee on strike. He's 4 not out. There's another gust of wind just goes across the ground here. We're going to have 3 round the bat. We've got a short square leg, a slip, that's Zellum. Watkinson's going in at third slip now, so we've got 2 slips. No, he's not, he's going in at second slip. So we've got 2 slips and a short square leg as Dutoit bowls to McGee, who plays back from the crease, and it rolls up there and stops before it gets to Dutoit there, and he walks quickly back to his mark. And now here he comes again around the wicket to the left-handed McGee, who's forward in defence and just plays out onto the offside this time, and it's picked up and there's no run. Here's Dutoit again, and McGee just plays that last one back up onto the leg side this time, and there's no run. 205 for 8. Now short square legs come across to Silly Mid-off. It's bounced into the ground, this shot from McGee, just in front of the fielder there. That's just come across from that position. So we've got 2 slips, Silly Mid-off, backward point, an extra cover, a mid-off and a mid-on, and he's back and driving off the back foot this time, McGee, and it goes straight to the fielder, and it stables in there at extra cover. Now Dutoit gets the ball back. In he comes now and bowls, and it's hit him on the pads, and there's a shout, but I may have just taken the inside edge there. And another over down now. That's 16 left now, and it's 205 for 8, a lead of 107, a maiden there from Jack Dutoit, and it's Tyndall 34 and McGee is 4 not out. As the players all change round again, the umpires just meet for a little chat, and I think they've signalled that we're into the last hour now, are we? Yeah. And there we go. So it's going to be Boyne again. And here we go now. Boyne bowls, and it's defended out to the offside this time by Tyndall, and there's no run. Here's Boyne again over the wicket, and that shoves Tyndall back into his crease there, and he has to defend it as a big plume of dust comes up while shuffling his feet about there, and there's no run again. 34 not out here, Tyndall. Here's Boyne again, over the wicket he goes, and that's hit him on the pad, but a stifled appeal there for LBW, but nothing showing from the umpire. No, most of the players there, but there's a slip in a forward short leg as he's in again now, Boyne, and that one's hit him on the pad, and there's a shout this time for LBW again, but no, The umpire says no again, and they were all up there. Still 205 for 8. Boyne in again now, and that's played to the leg side this time by Tyndall, and there's no run. Boyne moves in again now, bowling to Tyndall. Tyndall's back, and he's hiked that one for 6 over mid-wicket, and it's just smacked into the large white fence across there. So 6 at the end of the over, and it is now 211 for 8 at the end of the over there. So the lead now for Northumberland has extended to 113, with Tyndall on 40 and McGee on 4, and there's 2 wickets still left in this innings here, as du Toit's in again now, and there's McGee, who just goes forward and defends it. So we're into the last hour now. We've had one over. Now du Toit bowling again, and he comes and bowls. Smacks this one for 4 through the extra cover off the back foot there. A nice shot from McGee, a tidy shot, very compact. Watched it, and by gum, he didn't half hit it that time. So 4 more to the total. And the lead goes up to 117, but it's 215 for 8 now. McGee's gone to 8. Next one comes from du Toit. It's bowled, and it goes past the off stump. McGee didn't offer a shot there, and he just settles back in the crease. Now here's du Toit again now. Comes up and bowls again outside the off stump, and McGee happy to let that one go through. And there's no run. It's still 215 for 8. Here's du Toit again now. Comes in around the wicket, and he played at that one going forward and just beat him for pace somewhat, and Howarth takes a good stop behind the stumps there, and it's 215 still for 8 as du Toit is bowling rather round arm here, trying to slant it into the left-hander, and that one's just pushed onto the offside and picked up in at close cover point there, and there's no run. So another 2 overs gone in this last hour here. So the umpires, it's going to be Boyne again, and the bowler and the spinners here, they'll get through these overs quite quickly, but it's going to be Boyne from this end again, and it's going to be Tyndall on strike, and we're going to have a gaggle of close fielders again. We've lost the sun here for just a moment. We've still got this breeze coming across the ground here at Jesmond. After 3 days, we're going right down to the last few overs here, as Tyndall just defends this one out onto the offside, and there's no run. And here's Boyne again into Tyndall, who's forward and just defends it out onto the offside. It's Stables who jogs in and picks that one up with his sunglasses on top of his hat, on top of his cap there. Boyne again now, going in over the wicket. He's there, and it's Tyndall who's back in his crease, defending off the back foot this time, and pushes it back to the bowler. Now here's Boyne again, moves in. Tyndall plays off leg stump that time, and it rolls out there to Slack, who picks that one up at mid-wicket, and there's no run again. 215 the score here, and Boyne's in again, and Tyndall's forward and pushes it back to him, and it's 117 Northumberland are in front here, but it's Boyne again, moves in over the wicket to Tyndall, and just defends that one down to the leg side, and that's the end of the over, and it looks like we're going to have a change of bowling at the top end. Du Toit is going to come off after he completed a few overs there, and it's going to be Siddle. 4 wickets in the second innings here, Siddle. And he's going to try and get another one here. There's 2 wickets left on offer, and we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, it's going to be McGee who's going to face him. And it's the left-hander McGee, and we're going to have 1 slip, we're going to have 2 slips. There seems an awful lot of fielders up at this end at the moment, and we're going to have a 3rd man in place. We're going to have a gully, a point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, and a square leg. So here's Siddle now charging in his second spell today. He comes in and bowls full, and McGee's equal to it then, just defends it back to the bowler, who quickly throws it away to get the ball polished. Now 3rd man's going into 3rd slip. So we've got Dutoit at 1st slip, Zellum at 2nd, and Watkinson at 3rd. Could be slack in the gully. He's got his back to us at the moment. But in comes Siddle again now and bowls down the leg side, and it's full and just whizzes through to Howarth there, and there's no run. And it's Zellum who's given the ball a good polish at the moment. We've still got a contingent of Cumbria spectators hanging on across to our right hand side, and there's still plenty out in front of the pavilion to the left. We've got a few under the trees across at beyond the mid-wicket boundary at the moment. Then puts it out onto the leg side, where it's picked up at square leg, and there's no run. 215 for 8 now. McGee on strike is 8 not out, and it's going to be Siddle again. Here he comes now, bowling to McGee, who lets this one outside the off stump. 117 Northumberland in front now. So here's Siddle again, moves in, bowling to McGee. 3 slips and a gully, and he plays and misses at this one. He went forward there to a good length ball, and Howarth takes it nicely behind the stumps there, beats the outside edge, and that's the end of Siddle's first over back there. So it's 215 for 8, and there's 13 overs remaining today officially, and it's Tyndall's on 40, McGee on 8, and we'll try soon enough, and I'll have another go at bringing here the scorecard here for this innings of Northumberland. Me and technology, I can manage to get us on the air at these cricket matches, but when it comes to much else, you've just got to watch us. But second innings, as Boyne is about to take up the strike again, he's there and bowls, and it's played out by Tyndall this time into the offside. Thompson caught Zellum, bowled Siddle for 32, as it's Boyne again who moves in now and bowls, and Tyndall's back and plays to backward point for no run. Hewison caught Dutoit, bowled Watkinson 15. Brown, LBW, Siddle 1, as Boyne goes in over the wicket again now. Tyndall just chips, and there's a chance of a catch. He just flicked it through, and it shot past the left hand of forward short leg there, and there's one more to the total now. Takes it to 216 for 8, and Tyndall's gone to 41, and that brings McGee onto strike. Cant was LBW, Siddle for 0. Arshad bowled Siddle for 24. Simpson caught Howarth, bowled Boyne for 61, and it's Boyne about to bowl again now to McGee with 2 slips and a silly mid-off in there as well. And there's McGee, just stands up straight and defends that one to Zellum. To standing wide there at slip. Tyndall's not out at the moment. Callum McCabe, LBW, Boyne for 7, as Boyne's in again now. and bowls to McGee, who's forward defending. Peyton Courtboyne bowled McGladdery 10, and McGee not out at the moment, and Hanley's yet to come in. But here we go again now. Here's Boyne, loops one up full this time, and it's just defended back by McGee this time, and that's the end of the over there. So 216 for 8, 118 in front here, Northumberland. We've got 12 overs left in the day at the moment. So we're into the last hour here, and the umpire's just having a look at the book. So we'll go through the bowling figures for the innings here. It's Siddle who's taken 4 wickets so far in the second innings. 4 for 61 from 24. Watkinson 1 for 24 from 9. Boyne 2 for 43 from 18. Slack none for 31 from 11. And it's going to be Siddle again who's coming in to bowl from that top end in towards us here, bowling to Tyndall. He bowls, and Tyndall's edged it, and it's running up there towards the third man boundary, and the umpire signals 4. So 4 more added onto the total, 220. It's 220 for 8 now. The lead goes up to 122. 122 the lead now. And here's Siddle again, who's coming in to bowl. Here he is now. And it's come off the pad that time, and it's coming down here towards fine leg, and we've got somebody coming to have a word here, have we? Oh no, he's not going to. I thought he was going to have a word with us there. So 220 now for 8. And if you heard a bang there, I think something just fell against the table leg there and rattled the microphone. I hope I didn't put you off for that one, but that's where we are at the moment. We're still going, yeah, but it's Siddle in the bowl again, and he bowls to Tyndall, and it's taken onto the offside this time, just hit up towards mid-off there. So 226 for 8 now the score, and it's Siddle again who's about to bowl, and here he comes now, bowling with 2 slips to Tyndall, who just goes forward, and it comes off the face of the bat there out to backward point, and there's no runs. So 226 for 8. Tyndall 5 away from 50 here. Yes, Siddle again now. It's on the full, and it's driven up towards the cover point boundary. There's 2 after it. One's got it now, and Tyndall comes back for a couple of runs, and he goes to 47, and the score goes up to 26. And Siddle has it back up at the top end, and of course that's shaking our little console here. Our little app has sent it all to pot at the moment, but I hope you can still hear us wherever you are. I've lost the scorecard for the moment. Technical difficulties as Siddle's in again, and it's Tyndall who just defends this one out to the leg side. So here we go now. Here's Tyndall to face up. 2 slips, a point. We've got a fine leg down here. We've got an extra cover, and we've got a mid-off, a mid-on. We've got a square leg and a mid-wicket. Siddle in again now to Tyndall, and he just manages to defend this one back in his crease there, and that's the end of the over. And it's Siddle who finishes that one. No luck for him there for his 5th wicket, but 228 now Northumberland, and it's 47 to Tyndall and 8 to McGee. But just as I speak here, the players have they've all shook hands, they've agreed, and that's it, and we finish in a draw here in this penultimate game for these 2 clubs in the Unicorn Minor Counties Championship. So there we go. It's all the players are shaking hands out there. The umpires are too. They're taking the stumps up now. So with the score there at 228 for 8, 11, we're about 15 minutes into the last hour, signalled by the umpire there, and the players, there wasn't going to be much chance of a result, so they're all walking off now. The two Northumberland batsmen and the Cumbria fielders, and the two umpires out there just having a look at the figures as well. So that's where we're about to leave the coverage here, with a draw between Cumbria and Northumberland in East Division here. So it's been a fine 3 days of cricket, and here's the applause. And yes, a fine 3 days of cricket here. Apart from the weather, we've lost a couple of hours or more of time in this match, and that's the main reason we've ended in a draw this afternoon. Just not enough time to carry on and get a result here. But as they all shake hands and go off to the pavilion to our left, that's it from us, from Jesmond, tonight and for the game, in fact. So do look on playcricket.com on the Northumberland County Cricket Club site there, and you'll find all the scores for today and all the players' figures and such like up there. But I can confirm that we've got a draw here. The players shook hands just about 2 minutes ago on this match, as Northumberland were batting away in their second innings, which was the third innings of the match, finishing at 228 for 8 after Cumbria made 356 for 8 earlier in the day, and in Northumberland's first innings they made 258. So there we go. Last of all, I'd like to say our appreciation here on Cricket West Tyne and on Spreaker to the grammar school at Newcastle for letting us use their box here at Jesmond to broadcast from for the last 3 days. We've lived in it here for the last 3 days, and we've been comfortable enough. Well, me and everybody, and the many people who have come over and said hello as well, thank you to them too, and to Northumberland County Cricket Club and the ground authority here at Jesmond for hosting us and allowing us to broadcast as well. So I've enjoyed it, our first county match here on Cricket West Tyne. But our next broadcast here on Cricket West Tyne will be on Saturday, as Tynedale in the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League Division 1. Tynedale are at home at Priors Flat. A 12:30 start in that match, an earlier start now for the last 3 games. 12:30 start in the league, and Tynedale will be playing Concert, and we'll be on the air. No early start for us. We'll be on the air as usual on Saturday at 2:30. So there we go, 2:30 the next time you can hear some cricket commentary over on Spreaker Online Radio on Cricket West Tyne. So from Jesmond tonight, a lovely night, a bit blustery, but the sun, it would be out if those high clouds would just move away, but it's dry enough, and we should thank the Lord we got some cricket in as well. But the final result, a draw here between Northumberland and Cumberland. Good night from Jesmond, and good night from me.